Well, there's still stuff to do, Tony. I mean, they're not done yet. You got to spray beans at least one more time. At least one more time. Maybe two. And then, honestly, wheat harvest, you know? The guys that are looking at wheat harvest. Yeah, if you have cattle, you're there all the time, yeah. Dad talked to the one farmer last week, and he was saying July, like, 4th-ish, they should be harvesting wheat. Because they go... The one guy... Okay, so there's, like, 2 older guys, and then between the 2 of them, they have 3, like, sons, right? So all 5 of them farm together. The one older guy is all about the moon. And they, like, plant their wheat based on the moon, and they harvest their wheat based on the moon, because, like, it never fails. So according to the moon, and, like, what the moon's going to be doing on certain days, they'll be harvesting wheat around July 4th. So that's what his guess is right now, is around July 4th.
Never heard
Crazy
that.
as that can sound,
it's
still somewhat accurate.
Yeah, and he's spot on every year too. Like, sometimes they'll like, the weather's perfect. It's like, man, they should really plant their wheat. Like, no, the moon. We're just like, okay, all right, buddy, and they grow really good wheat. So,
you sure you aren't drinking the Kool-Aid?
I mean, he might be, but dude, he nails it. So, I mean, you can ask Zach. They grow some really good wheat.
I was surprised when we first moved out here. It's like we saw fields of corn and beans, and then there was that one field full of wheat.
Yeah,
Sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. They don't really, not a lot of wheat gets grown around here, but they grow most out of anybody.
Really, if we rarely see wheat, and most dairy or cattle farms around us just use the corn or bean stalks as bedding.
Yeah. Zach, it's going to be interesting to see what that field does. A, it got planted late, and B, there's a lot of drowned out spots in that field, or a lot of spots that have been damaged by water. So, yeah.
Any guys cultivate out that way?
No,
Crap.
no, nobody does. Nope, nobody does. Steam, definitely Steam. Sorry, it took me a minute to, like, figure out what you meant there. Definitely Steam. My computers do not have CD drives in them anymore. Nah. Steam's where it's at.
When I need to watch something, I'm going to make sure it's downloadable.
Yeah, cultivating or no, sorry, cultivating, right? Sarge, cultivating?
Yeah, that's where you go through.
Yeah.
And basically, you know, like hoeing the garden after
Yeah.
you got it planted.
Nobody does that here anymore. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. There's a guy that basically plants. Well, okay, he'll plant his. He only has like 100, and I think it's like 150, 60 acres, right? And one year he'll plant all of it in corn. The next year he plants all of it except for right on like the corner of the road, or like he'll plant all of it in beans, and then the next year he'll kind of plant all of it in corn. And he actually a couple of years ago was cultivating 30-inch row beans. Because he had weeds that just were insane.
Yeah.
What mods are we running? Oh, there's a whole bunch of different ones. If you go in our Discord, there is a Google Drive with our mods. Actually, there's not that many. There's like 30-something mods. But he was the last one that I know of that was actually, like, elevated.
I still think that there's more benefits to doing it that way than...
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. I don't know, a lot of them, and he's one that doesn't like, you can just kind of tell, like, that we kind of know him. He's not real big into chemical.
Yeah, and, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it. I mean, hey, you know, it's necessary.
Nothing beats the old iron, you know, like.
Yeah, but, yeah, like I said, you know,
Yeah.
talking about you with your different herbicides and how some plants can become
Exactly, yeah.
all of that. I've yet to find anything that can resistant to getting just ripped out of the ground.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I mean, basically, guys around here, they use, spray instead of cultivating. Sorry. Yeah, they pretty well spray around here. I mean, back in the day when Dad was growing up, yeah, everything was cultivated back then. That's just the way it was.
So expensive.
Yeah. Well, and you didn't have the herbicide like you do nowadays either. So. Actually, it was funny when Grandpa had his auction. I know I've told this story. Grandpa had his auction. Somebody bought his, 4-row cultivator and never picked it up. Paid for it, never picked it up. And I kind of wish we still had it because we could use it, but we actually took it apart, every nut and bolt, and recycled it. So,
yeah.
But I wouldn't mind having it set it up as like a 1-row for doing our pumpkins when they're small, you know.
Oh yeah.
Your buddy wants to plant pumpkins already, Zach? I would say it's a little early, but at the same time, if you're planting them to sell them, you do want them to be a little early. Plus, it depends on what variety he's planting, because some are longer season and some are shorter. We're probably, because, we don't really want ours to be ready until like the week before Halloween, because we're not selling them. If you're looking to plan them to sell them, you want them ready like way earlier. It might be
basically about the beginning of fall. You want to have.
Yeah, you want them. Yeah.
Start decorating and.
Yeah, and I know that's what his buddy is like getting into that stuff, like planting a whole bunch of tomatoes for selling and stuff. I would say it's a little early, but if you're planting to sell them, might be about right. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Welcome on in. How much land is your buddy renting down there, Tony? I know he has like a lot of tomatoes in now, right? There's a heck of a market for that kind of stuff, and like, if we really wanted to, I could totally see us like taking the rest of the land that we like Dad owns, and oh, I got you, Tony. I got you. Oh, for the school garden. I could see waiting like maybe another week, but at the same time, you're not having a party, so if they're ready a little earlier, that's fine. So yeah, I'd go ahead and plant them, I guess. Too many friends. Okay, Tony, you're talking about like 2 people. Calm down. But yeah. But no, we could totally like take over the land that we have and plant like tomatoes and pumpkins, and we can make a ton of money off of it. We just have never done it. The first thing we would need is
a produce stand.
Yeah, produce stand, or just take it down to St. Louis. We have a thing called Produce Row, and you can
a farmer's market.
Yeah, basically take it down there, or even just sell it to another guy to sell down there. Kind of sell it to him at a cheaper rate, and just to get rid of it, so we didn't have to like do that part. There's actually a place kind of back towards town, but like right on the edge of like town and farmland. And he only has a couple acres, but he has like 2 greenhouses. So he has tomatoes ready like super early because he plants them inside.
Yeah.
And he'll actually go through at least 2 crops of tomatoes in there, like in a year. And then he plants a whole bunch of tomatoes outside. He has peach trees, and I think he has some apple trees. And he usually plants a few pumpkins. And then during pumpkin season, every morning you see them out there placing pumpkins. Like they haul them in by the pallet, and then they place them out in the patch so people go pick your pumpkin. And we went there, and he sells like plants, like you can buy little plants, like grow them in your backyard garden or whatever too. And we went there one time. We are gonna buy a couple of pepper plants, and it was so outrageous. We walked away.
Yeah,
because like he charges bank. Like, and off this little bit of land, he is making so much money. It's ridiculous. Hey,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Fallow, appreciate you. Welcome on in. How's it going? There's a host coming up as well. Appreciate that as well. Welcome in, guys.
We had sweet corn that we had in.
Trent and Zach.
I mean, we
JX50.
just
Howdy.
Yeah, howdy, Trent. Welcome in. Thanks for the bits. Yeah, sweet
we always
corn.
plant a few rows of sweet corn right on the along the edge of the field.
Sure.
You know, just with the regular planter and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was one year that, I mean, just did phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And we had all that we could use
Sure.
family-wise and all of that, and it just kind of a whole bunch here. So I started asking people where I worked.
Oh.
And I mean, I was selling it to them for prices you could not even get remotely close to in a store.
So sure. And you-
Like $1 a dozen.
Yeah, and you still probably made like.
I was making more than what we'd have got per bushel if it went to a harvester.
Yeah.
But it's not going to yield the same as regular field corn as
No.
far as that goes.
No. Definitely not. No, I could totally see the one problem that we would have with actually doing that, like what I'm talking about, is we don't live there. Honestly, we would have to live there, and I'm not saying make it.
Frequent the area a lot more often.
Yeah, and maybe get like some good dogs, you know, to kind of help keep critters away. That kind of
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Okay, yeah. Critters would be
Yeah.
one issue.
And people, but critters. Mostly critters, you know.
You guys are far enough back, having somebody come in there and just
Yeah.
take a bunch of stuff for their own house is not.
I mean, we've definitely found over the years a few times. We've definitely found like beer bottles like up around the buildings. Like somebody's drove in there and like had a little party, you know. It's not something that happens a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's happened a few times, and there were some other things that we found as well. So it was we'll say a gentleman and maybe his lady friend maybe had some fun there, you know.
Significant notes.
Yeah.
And another for that night.
Yeah. So, I mean, but, you know, if you're going to open up like a quote stand and have people come in there all the time. Oh, yo. You all right?
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry about
He
that.
thought he muted chat. But if you're going to open up like a plant stand or like a vegetable stand, you would definitely want like to make it known that you live there just to keep people from coming in when you're not there. So you get me some Starlink internet and some good air conditioning and I'm in. This is like life goals, you know? I mean, we only have 5 acres. Dad owns 5 acres there and not quite an acre of it's garden right now, which we're not using that part per se. This year we're letting it live fallow, you know, kind of letting it be. And then like, there's not quite an acre or whatever. I guess about an acre of grass and buildings. But even some of that, I would totally turn back into like, you know, tillable land.
Yeah.
And make it back into, yeah. But you would definitely want like it known that you live there, so people wouldn't come in and mess around, you know.
Oh, yeah.
There's a place right down the road from us. They do pumpkins and sweet corn. And I guess they have like a walk-in cooler from, you know, back in the day. And so like they fill that thing with sweet corn and it's honor system. You just go in there and get what you want and, you know, drop off a couple bucks.
I would say for the most part, that probably works.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then there's another guy back towards town a little ways and he grows a ton of sweet corn. Like he's planting, you know, with his like 16-year-old planter, he plants all of it. But he'll plant and then wait like 2 weeks and plant more and wait 2 weeks and plant more and wait 2 weeks and plant more. So it staggers out his harvest. And he'll have sweet corn forever. But he actually has like a little shed. And he has like this massive air conditioner for it and keeps the shed at like 50 degrees. And that corn stays fine in there. You know, it's not in there but a couple days maybe, because people stop in there constantly and buy it. It's pretty good corn too. I mean, I don't really like corn, but we've purchased corn from him before actually.
There's a guy back where I grew up and all that. In fact, I might have even sent you time of they were planting watermelon.
Oh, okay.
I think I might have. I might not have. If I didn't, I probably need to.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah, his field. I mean, this long main roads and stuff like that. I know there's some that probably help themselves.
Yeah, oh, sure. It's gonna happen, you know.
I know him well enough, and most of them. I really wouldn't want to get caught out there in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I'd just call up the neighbor and be like, "Hey, I got somebody over here," and he'd come take care of him for me. I know, I know the right guy down there.
You might be able to walk away from it, but you're going to have been taught a significant lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. And honestly, the guy I'm talking about, he may not like physically do anything to you, but he's gonna scare the crap out of you.
Oh yeah,
he's intimidating. His son's just as bad too. Like they're both like, man, I wouldn't mess with them. That's for sure. They actually are the ones
shoulder, and they're 2 times wider than what you are. And it's just like, this is gonna hurt.
They're the ones that caught a bunch of. There were a bunch of teenagers out doing donuts in fields one like fall, or I guess it might have been early spring or something. And they were, they were all drunk. Of course. And actually one of them was a babysitter and had like the babysitting kid with her.
Oh.
Like a 9-year-old she was babysitting or something, and it was just like child
endangerment. Nice.
Yeah, and between like the father and son who I'm talking about, they're related to Zach actually. They finally got him to stop, and of course they called the cops right away once they realized what was going on. But it was I would not want to get caught doing something bad by those 2 guys. They're super nice guys. Yeah, but they could be super intimidating too. So, but I could totally see opening up like a little vegetable stand or whatever at the farm. I could totally see that.
My question was there crap in the field when they're doing donuts?
No. That does happen though, but there was no crap in the field at the time. But they were still like, yeah. Zach, you know who I'm talking about. I don't even have to say it. All right, Tony? Glad you're on your good side. Their good side, huh? Yeah. Yeah, super nice guys, though. Nicest guys in the world. But I would not want to catch them or have them catch me doing something wrong. Oh, thank you. The first time I actually met the one guy, like Dad's dad grew up with like the older generation, but like his son, I never really knew. And I was out flying my drone. I was parked like halfway out the lane. I was flying the drone over like a cornfield or something. And he comes rolling up in like this little Toyota like car. And all of a sudden this like 7-foot tall guy gets out of it. I was like, oh my God, how'd you fit in there, bro? I was like, hello? How are you? I don't know who you are. And once he said his last name, I was like, oh, okay, cool. We're cool with you. So It was really funny.
Oh yeah.
And actually he was like, hey, can you come over and like fly the drone over this field for me and send me the video? I was like, okay. All right. So, yeah. He was trying to convince the older generation of farmers that they needed to spray this cornfield. It was like late season, but it wasn't ripe yet. And it like the corn had burned up in a bunch of spots on this field, and like the weeds were getting out of hand. And he wanted to convince the older generation that they needed to spend money and spray the field. But, they can't really see out into the field without walking it. And of course, let's be honest, guys in their late 60s aren't going to do that, Or at least these guys aren't.
Yeah.
And so went and got him like drone stuff to send to him. It was pretty great. I don't even think I sent it to him. I think I just put it in like the video that week on the farm.
I am going to have to step away for a little bit.
It is that time, isn't it? Holy cow.
Just about.
All good.
I assume you're not.
Not what?
That you're not streaming or anything.
Oh, it's tonight? No.
Okay, I didn't think you were.
No, we're dinner and then Sam's Club, and then that pretty well just happens my night because I'm mentally done after going to Sam's Club, you know.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But I'll be back here. I will probably work on
Okay.
some stuff in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I had a few ideas on that
Yeah.
furnace array that we put in, and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to decide if I go with one design,
Yeah.
which way I want to do it, or do I just want to just say the heck with it and just put a tower in?
Yeah. It's all good either way, you know.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
But anyways, I shall catch you later on.
All right. We'll catch you later, Sarge. Have a good one.
All right,
Yes,
you
sir.
too. Later.
The old shop truck used to be a Toyota Camry. Yeah. It was, Zach. Yeah, that was the car. Yeah. All right, Redneck, enjoy your mow day. Have fun. Enjoy it. It was like Shaq getting out of a Prius. Yes. It really was, Zach. It was like, yeah, 7-foot tall dude rolls up in a Prius or in a Toyota. It was hilarious, but he was all about it, and he had that little truck forever too. He had a little like what was it, like an S10 or something? Little Chevy, I think it was. You're not gonna what? Why not? Mowing's fun. Enjoy mowing. It's fun. It's a good time. And if it's not, you need a new lawnmower. Then it's fun. I say new lawnmower. I cut with like an ancient lawnmower, but it's still fun.
Which one's that? Is that the pistol grip or the Gravely?
So the Gravely is a pistol grip.
Oh, that
I actually haven't had that thing out since last fall.
since you're in your hand.
I kind of want to sell it, to be completely honest. I just want to get rid of it. Oh, you have to push mow a couple yards. I got you. Well, it's not as much fun. Yeah, it was a little purple truck. Yeah, Zach. Yeah, big 7-foot tall dudes rolled up in a little purple truck too. That was his other driver that he had at the time of the other car. It's kind of funny. No, so our X-Mark Laser, I happened to say to Dad, I was like, how old is that thing? He's like, I don't know. He goes, I'm thinking like early 2000s. I was like, dang. I didn't know it was that old. Like, I knew it was old, but I didn't know like early 2000s, you know? Like, man. Kind of waiting for that thing to blow up one of these days. We already have our next lawnmower picked out, so.
Gravely?
Yeah, it'll be a Gravely. Their new, they have a 600 series now. They're calling it or something, and it's like got a bunch of suspension, so it's like a much nicer ride.
Sort of like an air ride then?
I don't know if it's a full-on air ride. They used to have an air ride seat. That thing, you had it set right. It was pretty nice. Thought that was his brother's truck. Yeah, it might have been Tony. I don't know. There's too many people in that family to keep straight, you know. And I don't really know. I only really know him. I swear he used to. You know what? You know what, Tony? You're right. That was his brother. That was not his. You're right. My bad. You're not wrong. All right, so after this, I guess we'll mess with the cows for a little bit, and then
Put some fertilizer down.
oh yeah, we gotta fertilize these 2 fields. That's right. My bad. Get a tow behind and pretend we're Larsons.
Sure. Of course, play them.
They're too slow. Yeah.
I mean, we could do that. We could start that one fertilizer that's next to 18.
Yeah. You're waiting for your lawnmower to die so you can buy a 0 turn as well? Nice. 0 turns are great. All right, 510. Calm down over there, Tony. I've never seen his kids. I've never seen any of his kids. I don't know any of them. Is that the one that works at the thing over in St. Louis? Probably, right? Probably. I know Dad's talked to him a little bit over there. Time moving over there last winter. I believe. Man, I'm like ready to. Can we seriously? Where's Carson at? We need a different corn planter.
We're almost done, John. We'll only.
I know.
Oh.
What I'm using the DB60, I think, on my Millennial, right?
Yeah, I thought it was either 60 or 90.
Might be the 90.
It's the 90. It's the one
massive.
that has no tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony, I got you.
No.
I mean, it has seed boxes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
but
box
does it have the tanks though, like liquid tanks?
No.
Yeah, it's the 90.
Okay.
Because the 60 has
Yeah.
the liquid tanks plus it was matified too.
Is he mowing or is he doing something else, Zach? Because you would know what Carson's doing, right? Probably. I was looking at Snap Map yesterday for some reason, and I realized that my Bitmoji guy doesn't wear a shirt, and I was like, huh, kind of funny. I forgot that I set him up that way, and it made me laugh again.
Did he have a bush light in his hand?
No, I don't. He wasn't holding anything. And then I think I set him to one that was like tired, because I was very tired at the time. Just throwing it out there. Very tired. That 8 hours of sleep I got last night sure was nice. Much needed. All right. Rox and I are twinning over here. Our tracks are different, and that's it. Other than that, same tractor, same planter. Dude, we need the big front tanks like on the tracks, like Larson's. Yeah.
Unfortunately, these don't have. If you looked at any of them, they don't have the grooves like the Larsons did.
Oh, really?
Like the slots. It was like that horizontal bar, and then there was a circle.
Yeah, like yeah.
You only have the horizontal bars.
He's doing the thing at the place. Okay, what's your name? Zach. All right. Very, very descriptive there, buddy. Thank you.
Because I did try to put the Demco tanks on. Yeah.
Nice. I never realized that like those tracks are made. Because I guess John Deere sells their own, right? Maybe.
Tracks or tanks?
The tanks. Like you can see here that like these are made to pick up with a forklift.
Yeah.
There's totally slots for that.
Yeah, like if you watch the Larson's video where they're putting their tanks on.
Yeah.
They had that little circle.
Yeah.
Because the Demcos were, those saddle tanks were also, had the little circle bar on.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. Which, the Demco ones are John Deere approved.
Yeah.
Which is good for warranty reasons. So that was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. I actually watched a video from Demco when they went to Larson Farms that day.
Oh,
it wasn't
there.
Yeah, Demco brought them down. Like they brought them down on like a truck and like a trailer behind like a pickup. Yeah.
I thought it was their local dealership that actually brought it down. And
I think it was Demco themselves.
right.
It's on their YouTube channel.
Hang on, I have to do something real quick.
All good. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. So Tony can't participate in streams anymore because he's working, but he's been here like all stream. I like it, Tony. I like it. You working every day this week there, Tony? Or did you work yesterday? I feel like you didn't work yesterday. But I thought you had said you had to work Monday. That's a problem, Tony. That is a real problem, huh? Wow. Oh, you didn't? Okay. I was gonna put on Snapchat like 2 hours later that I wanted like something from McDonald's, but it was like 2 hours after you asked if anybody wanted anything from Mickey D's. So yeah. I got you. It helps when you go to the right one. The combine caught on fire, huh? It wasn't even a John Deere combine, Tony. Come on. What are we doing?
We can all agree all tractors catch on fire. All colors catch.
I was making the joke. I know.
I know.
Making the joke.
I have to do what you do to me normally.
I don't even know what brand that combine was. It was some weird, like, little overseas one or something. I believe.
New Holland.
No, it was weird looking. Whatever it was. What? Hang on, chat. Okay. First time my brother just texted me that he found a armadillo. It was dead on the side of the road. We don't really have armadillos here, but they're getting like closer, you know. So I guess he is. Yeah. Interesting.
They were in your town?
Apparently. Well, like a couple towns over, but yeah.
Aren't we a little? Aren't you guys a little too far north for them?
Apparently not.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Better not get to me.
I know if you go like south out of St. Louis down like Highway 55, a couple years ago when I went down there, it was just like every 3 seconds along the side of the road a dead armadillo. It was crazy. All right, Tony. All right.
Alright, I have to go to help friend.
All right, have fun. Have a good time.
Hopefully I'll be back.
All good. All good. All right, boys, we started the stream like this. Got to do it again, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but you know. I do some fertilizing. Definitely need my GPS. East, west. Auto width. Actually helps if the line takes. And east, west. Go. Here we go. And we're off. Down the stretch we go, guys. The man, thanks for being here. I know you guys are still hitting chat. It's good. It's all good. If there's somebody to talk to in TeamSpeak or not. I mean, when I first started doing these day streams, I wasn't in TeamSpeak for the longest time for a lot of them. It's all good. Everybody's got a life, you know. Everybody's got something to do. It's all good, you know. It's all good. It just gives me more of a chance to talk to you guys, you know. So, anybody do anything exciting this weekend? That's a good one. Anybody, like, hurt their finger like I did this weekend? You know, anything fun? Because that was not fun. It happens. It's been a long time since I've, like, had to stop cutting grass so I could, you know, get a Band-Aid on my finger because I was bleeding. Not, like, a lot, but, like, it is so tender. Oh. Sore. 6-day break, so we gotta go work cows. Well, have fun with that. Have fun with that. Something I've never done. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Frank, they let you play with fire again? I thought you were banned. After, you know, the incident. Just saying. I don't know. I'm making stuff up now. I thought it was funny. All right, that spot was not harvested. That's why it's not fertilizing. But it's all good. Yeah, Tony, whose car was that, by the way? I've been meaning to ask you that. On Snap. Whose car was that, Tony? Fire is good, yeah. Fire's fun. Sometimes. Yep. Alright. Oh. Sean, I didn't know you were having problems. Gotcha, Sean. I didn't know you were having problems, man. Sucks. Oh. Nice. Nice, the man. Helping somebody move sucks, by the way. We just keep saying, every time somebody brings up moving, I just keep saying how much I despise helping people move. Like I said, especially if they're not prepared for a move, it's the worst. The worst. Ugh. Man. What happened the same day the car broke? Oh man, that was a bad day then, huh? Holy cow, Sean. That was a bad day, my guy. Oh, gotcha, Tony. Okay. I kind of thought the dude standing in the background looked familiar. That's your buddy, right? In that video you posted the other day. Why would you put a Chevy in a Ford, though? Come on. Why would you do that? Goodness. Yeah, everybody's using that COVID excuse, honestly. I feel like that's just an excuse at this point for a lot of the stuff, you know? Just throwing it out there. But, yeah. It is a common engine, but still putting a Chevy in a Ford car. Actually, I saw a TikTok where this dude was like, hey, show me your craziest engine swaps. And a dude took, it was like I forget what they called them. They were like Ford pickups, but they weren't trucks. They were trucks, but they were more like an SUV. They made them for a couple years there. Either late 90s, early 2000s. I forget what they were. But he put a John Deere diesel in it. It was awesome. Notice how Zach is probably because it had a dead battery. My guy had nothing to do with the motor. Probably a dead battery. Just saying. I mean, true, Sean, but at the same time, the mail, at least here in St. Louis, the mail's been messed up for like 5 years, so they can't use COVID as an excuse. It's been bad here forever. Conaline, is that what it was? Images. No, Zach, it was like a truck SUV, not a van. It was like a truck SUV Ford thing. No, it had like a little bed on it. Well, have fun mowing the ditches. Sounds like fun. I'm in. No. It was like, it looked like a Ford Explorer on the front end, but it had like a truck bed. But it wasn't like an F-150, you know? At least I don't think it was. Might have been. I don't know. but it was hilarious. It had a John Deere diesel in it, and it smoked like a freight train. It was awesome. Just need to find that TikTok again, you know? That's all. Which, it's hard, because, like, TikToks, they just, like, disappear, you know? It sucks. Same. Would that technically qualify as an Explorer still? But like a truck version? Because that's what it was. Hang on. I'm looking at pictures. But yeah, it was definitely like, I don't know, it was weird, man. And they made those for a few years there, didn't they? Look up Ford Explorer. Man, there's Eddie. There's Eddie, Tony. I forget what they called them. I swear they called them something different, though. It was like an Explorer front end with a truck back end. They were kind of weird. Not seeing what I'm looking for. I don't know. But anyway, it had a John Deere diesel in it. It was hilarious. That's all you need to know. It was funny. Funny looking. Gotcha. Oh. Hang on, let me get turned around. After all, I'm trying to accomplish fertilizing this field. Saying. Ford Explorer truck. Let's Google that. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's exactly what it was. Okay. Yeah, it was the Explorer. I didn't realize that. Okay. Weird looking, man. Weird looking. That's exactly what it was. With a John Deere diesel in it. Sport Tracks. Is that what they actually called it? Was a Sport Tracks? Oh, Doug Baconator. Heck yeah, buddy. Heck yeah, buddy. Oh, images. I don't know. It might have been. Literally look up Ford Explorer truck, and that's what it was. Truck. Give me that truck. Yeah. Ford Explorer truck. That's what it was. Whatever they call that. Sport Track. Is that what they called it? Was a Sport Track? That's, yeah, Ford Explorer Sport Track. There you go. Okay. Problem solved. That's what it was on the John Deere diesel in it. And it was hilarious. They still made this thing in, what, 2010? Do they still make these? The newest one I'm seeing is like 2010. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. And I was like, yeah, I could make a video, but I don't really have like any crazy engine swaps. Like, we don't have anything like that. 2001 to 2010. Assuming, yeah, okay. Interesting. I don't know about you guys, but it bothers me to, and this is all brands. I'm not picking on a brand of truck. But like, Dad owns, it was Grandpa's truck, an 89 F-150. You can stand next to it and reach the floor of the bed. Dad's Ram truck, forget it. Any of the newer Ford trucks or Chevy trucks or any of the trucks I've been around, forget it. You cannot reach the floor of the bed from standing next to the truck. Now, maybe if you're 9 feet tall, and like bench press 1,000 pounds, maybe. But like, I feel like these trucks just have gotten so tall for really no reason. You know? Just saying. Like even the, what is it? The Chevy, Colorado, which is like their smaller truck. It's like way up in the air, and it's like, why? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. So always thought it was weird. And like I said, I'm not picking on a brand. It's like everything. So okay, Frank. Make sure it didn't happen. Yeah, and you know, a 15 or a 150 is the smallest of that, the you know, the truck series or whatever you want to say, you know. So like, why does it have to be such a massive truck? I don't get it. Why is it like 19,000 feet off the ground? Like, why? Why do I need a ladder to climb into Dad's truck? You know, like, it shouldn't be that way. What? No. Why would I want anything less than a V8? Why is that communist? What? No. I don't understand that at all. Cool. But hang on, I want to Google that. What is a F-150 Lightning? Oh, is that the electric truck? No, I'm good, man. Why? No. I mean, electric cars do have their place. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, and you know, I don't mind like a big truck, but let's make it like a equivalent in all the brands, like a 250 or a 350. Those are the bigger trucks. They should be bigger, and it's just crazy. I got you. Okay. I was like, what are you on about, bro? I'm like, calling me communist over here. I'm gonna ban you, but no, you're good. Yeah. But Frank, do you realize what you just said, Frank? Okay. Okay. All right. No, Lord of Apes, I get you. I get you, man. At first, it came off a little strong, you know what I'm saying? But we're on the same page now, bro. We're on the same page. Same page. And it's easy for me to say, you know? Easy for me to say. That's another thing that's crazy is the prices of these new trucks, you know? Yeah. Exactly, Tony. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you get like a 1-ton truck. Yeah, it should be a little higher off the ground and be built up. Sure. But I just don't get it, man. But, you know, I'm not... Maybe it's just the way it is, you know? But, man, you sure see an awful lot of, you know, new trucks of all brands. There's an awful lot of them, you know? There really is. Like the cabins. See, I'm not talking about like the... My problem is just how tall things are. Maybe I'm just like short, you know? Maybe that's what it is. Like not quite 6 foot tall, so... I definitely do like the cabin space that Dad's truck has, but if it was lower to the ground, it would still... I don't know. Or like, why does the side rails of the bed have to be so tall? That's really the biggest complaint is why does the side and the tailgate have to be so tall? You know? That's what I don't understand. Yeah. Do we have cedar for semis? We got some sitting around somewhere. Wow, Leonard, that's crazy. Crazy. I mean, you can get a truck with a big cab with an 8-foot bed. That's still a thing. Saying. They said follow. Appreciate you. Welcome on in. How's it going? I mean, you can still get a 4-door truck with a 8-foot bed. Yeah. Yeah. How about narrow bed trucks, guys? Like no. You guys fans of narrow beds? Could never stand them. Never. You hate cars, but you're 6'4". I can see that. Yeah. I can see that. Narrow beds though, like, yeah, never was a fan of a narrow bed truck. Always thought they looked weird. Unless you're talking like a classic, then that's a little different. But like the other one or a step bed or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. Alex, what's going on? Welcome in. Yeah, step side, narrow bed, whatever you want to call it. There's probably like 8 different names, right? I never liked it. I thought they were dumb. Dumb. Frank, where are you where are you going? It's where you're worried about parking a big truck. You live in a desert. I don't. Yeah, step side, narrow bed, whatever you want to call it. Are they called step side? I've never heard that term. Yeah. Okay, it's technically, Doug. Yeah, I would say yes, but there's something about the Gladiator, man. The Gladiator looks so tough to me. I know everybody's gonna rag on me for saying it. I love the Gladiator. Wow. Well, take one of your 18,000 other vehicles to the shop, Frank. Goodness, you have like 42 cars. Take one of the other ones, you know? Goodness. Just saying. I mean, yeah, Doug, yeah. They look really cool. See, I don't know. When they came out with like the 4-door, I was all about that too. And then when they came out with the Gladiator, I was like, oh, this thing's ugly, but it's so awesome at the same time, you know? I'm just saying, I don't know what it is, but yeah. Let's be real. You're buying a Gladiator. You're not like, you know, going out and like working with a truck, you know, like doing truck things. Which most people that buy a truck these days aren't doing truck things, you know? So, oh, the Bronco's pretty sick too, though. The Bronco is pretty sick, not gonna lie. Yeah. The Bronco's pretty cool. And then you can pretend you're OJ, right? You get a white one, right? Something like that. Turn those lines off. I don't know why they're still on. Go away. Go away. Go away. Yeah, and it's so cool looking. It's so cool looking, though. I'm looking at pictures of the Bronco. The Bronco is pretty cool looking, though. I'm not gonna lie. They have a 4-door one too. Dude, that is pretty sick though, with like the doors off. There's a picture here. on Google. With like the 4-door with no doors. That's pretty cool too. Just saying. Looks pretty neato. Yeah. Bye, Frank. Have a good day. An OJ edition Bronco. An OJ edition. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I am fertilizing some corn ground. Corn has been planted. We planted wheat and corn today. We planted basically everything we own. That's like cropland, tillable land. And I'm wrapping up a little fertilizing. Then I think I'm gonna go mess with cows for a little bit and do a bunch of hauling. I might actually set up some horseplay to do some hauling farming too. But it goes with orange juice. Oh man. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. All right. All right, let's go. Holy cow. What's a good shed to store a lot of equipment? Oh. Should be head of marketing for Ford. I mean, I don't know, as far as shed, like the one that comes with the Millennium Farmer map's actually not bad. I kind of like it. It's more of like what you would see around here. We have like the one door on the end and then you just like back stuff in, you know? I kind of like that shed. And sheds are, there's a lot on the mod hub. I know a lot of different ones. Some are good, some are bad. That's a personal preference thing, you know? I feel like that's kind of whatever you like is what you got, you know? I don't know. I don't have like a favorite modded shed, if that makes sense. It's not something I would say that I've ever, like picked out a favorite shed. Maybe I should, but I never have. So yeah. Yep. Okay. That would be, man, that would be something to have an OJ edition. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the media like coverage when you announce that? Like what that would do in the media? Dude, you'd probably sell so many too. Just saying. Yeah. I actually got that new, what is it? The electric Hummer. That thing looks pretty sick too. Looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Looks pretty good. So yeah. Oh, there's a bridge here. Nailed it. Good shed does have, yep. That usually does make it a good shed, yes. But as like far as a mod, if you're gonna go like look for a, I have no idea. Hey, you know, that fence jumped out in front of me. I should use the hide object mod. Get rid of it, huh? Wait, we don't have that mod anymore. That's a great mod that I wish we could run, but it conflicts with global companies, so basically I have to pick one or the other, and well, we're using global company stuff for the cows, so if we weren't running cows, I would get rid of global and stay with the hide object mod. Although I think the hide object mod is partly to blame for our map blowing up that one day and having to roll the save back and stuff. Look at that, all 3 sprayers made it home. Wow. All 3 dirty too, so I don't feel bad about not cleaning mine because we're all dirty. All right. What do the cows really need? They need water and they need to be cleaned, really. Big things. So I'm not actually worried about taking TMR out of the TMR makers because they hold so much that there's really no point in taking it out until we need to actually feed. It's more time that we don't really need to spend, you know? But we can haul some other stuff as well. We can work on other stuff. If you clean the cows, oh, the sprayer, never mind. Sprayer. Yeah, I'm usually not too big on like cleaning equipment in farm sim because it's just going to get dirty again. So what's the point? What's the point? Yeah. To me, there really is no point. So. But at the same time, you know, if you look, say over here and you have all those sheds and like everything's in there parked all nice and neat and all nice and clean, there's it's kind of cool too. It's like a pride thing, you know? Keep everything nice and clean, take a little pride in it. But I just don't care to do it today. So maybe next time, but not today. Actually, it's great like when Tony will come in here sometimes. Tony will come in sometimes like when we're not streaming. And like park and clean and all that stuff. He's been known to do that in the past. And that is super appreciated. Some people really like doing that stuff, and well, some people don't. I'm not one that really likes to do it, so I don't do it. Yeah. Okay, these things are both empty. Okay, the haymakers. We need to get oh, that's right, the grass. I tried hauling it down that one time and then my truck didn't work on courseplay. For some reason. So yeah, so we'll set that back up here in a second. Wouldn't mind selling some grain too. Selling, just pick something random and sell it. We tend to hoard up our grain, so especially at this point in the map, like we have money. We actually probably do need to sell milk sometime. If we sell milk, that's good too. Okay, that's empty. This one's empty. About our silage. Silage. That one looks full. Or empty. All empty. Alright. Oh yeah. So that was a very good chat, by the way, guys. About like cars, and we didn't like trash a brand. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. That was good. Leonard, I just saw your whisper. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But you know, that's what I like to do is like we can talk about stuff, but we don't have to just like trash a brand. You know? I like that. Time to trash a brand. So Apple, am I right? Wait, no. So Bill Gates, am I right? We can trash him. Dirty old man. Just saying. A lot of stuff's come out about him. A lot of things I didn't realize, you know? Why am I dumping this in here? Why am I dumping this in here? No. Just put it right into the TMR things, not into storage. Not do that. Let's not do that. Yeah. Pretty much there, Doug. YouTube, am I right? What about YouTube, Sean? How I didn't have a Millennial Farmer video today? Slacker. Actually, it's not my fault at all. It kind of is, but kind of not. I was going to record it Saturday morning. And I come out here because I had some time to kill Saturday morning. So I come out here and I'm like in the map. I'm just about to hit record. My neighbor started cutting his grass right behind me. And he must have cut it like 18 times or something. So YouTube's falling to pieces, is it? I haven't heard. What's going on? No, it's not Carson's fault. Unless Carson's my neighbor, it's not his fault. So, for once, it wasn't Carson's fault. No, so I'll record a video tomorrow for Wednesday or for Thursday. I thought about doing it last night when we came home, but I fell asleep and then I streamed, so that was out of the question. I should have done it Sunday night, but it just slipped my mind. Slipped my mind completely Sunday, so this is what it is, you know. Has it been a YouTube year or a YouTube? Has it been a year, Sean? Wow. I don't know how I ever ran more than like one Let's Play at a time, you know? I really don't know. Oh. Habit, what'd you get? What'd you get at Casey's? What'd you get? I haven't been to a Casey's in a while. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. They didn't have any pizza. What? You got some dues? Okay. Man. How dare they not have pizza? See, that's when you got to get on the old smartphone and order pizza ahead. Like, you know you're going to go to the, like XYZ Casey's and you order your pizza. So when you get there, it's ready. That's totally what my dad and like two brothers did a couple weeks ago when they brought some Casey's home. They like called it, they found which Casey's was closest to us from the way they were going. And then they like called ahead and ordered. Pretty great, not gonna lie. I just can't believe that it was a Casey's with no pizza. That's crazy. That's like actually insane, you know? So yeah, it's kind of a shame, honestly. All right, those are full enough. I'm gonna go get this guy set up hauling grass down now, because we need grass, and the cows really need water. Is all they really need. So yeah, definitely need water. Casey's actually is a gas station, not even a pizza place. It's a gas station that sells pizza. Oh, it was around lunchtime. Like, okay. So they were busy probably, huh? Okay. That's unfortunate though. Yeah, Casey's is technically, they call it Casey's General Store, I think. But it's basically a gas station that has just like banging pizza. It's so good. It's so good. Oh yeah. Oh, it is. They have like a ton of stuff too. Some of them have like almost like a Subway, like right in front of you and make you a sandwich. They have pizza and burgers and all kinds of goodies. We'll have to talk to Tom sometime about it, because Tom used to work at a Casey's actually. But it's some fantastic food, especially for being a gas station. Actually, I mean, we have like Quick Trip here, you know, QT, good old QT, and their pizza's really good. Oh, what's up? What's up? How's it going, chat? They actually, pretty much all the Quick Trips around me now, they've put in like a full kitchen. And they got all kinds of stuff you can order. You order it on like a touchscreen, but they keep pizza like hot and ready for go all the time, like by the slice. But they have tons of food. I know people that like, they pretty much live off like Quick Trip food. Canada doesn't have anything like that? Well, I mean, let's see. Quick Trip's a big one in the Midwest here. Casey's is big, but Casey's doesn't go into like towns. Casey's like a rural place. They're like out away from stuff. They don't go into like cities. Casey's is great. And then pretty much, I mean, pretty much like every gas station you go into, you can get like some kind of food. Like Circle K has a kitchen now. Circle K is another gas station here. We stop at one on the way to the farm. They have a full kitchen now too. I'm not sure what brand it is, so I don't want to say, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy the food you can get at a gas station here. Absolutely insane. You know, and in fact, like gas stations don't really make money on the gas; they make money on the food. That's really where it's at for a gas station. They want you to come inside and buy a drink and, you know, a lottery ticket or whatever. So yeah. Holiday? Bro, I know about Holiday. I've heard of them. Live on Patrol up in Minnesota. They go to the Holiday. They go to the M&H all the time. Holiday's the big one. I think they stop at a lot. Which is kind of crazy. A gas station's called Holiday. I don't know why it cracks me up every time I hear it. Yeah. Circle K's, I mean, I guess like 7-Eleven, they always had like some food back in the day, like your roller grill. And like Quick Trip has all that stuff, like the hot dogs and taquitos and like all that kind of stuff. But they just have so much more now. So much more at these gas stations nowadays, you know? It's kind of crazy. Like we'll go into that one gas station and we will get like, Dad will get like fried fish, and if we're like, say we're eating lunch there, I'll get like chicken, and we'll get like tater wedges, that kind of stuff, you know? Yeah. They have OK Pizza. We don't really have 7-Elevens around here, so I've never really... Yeah. Never really been to a 7-Eleven. Like one time down in like South St. Louis City, or occasionally we used to, South St. Louis County, where my grandma used to live, we would stop at 7-Elevens. But not very often. Alright, so last time I set this truck up, pretty much the same way I just set it up. It just kept driving around full. So let's ride with this guy and make sure he's going to do what I want him to do. Because we have all this grass that they cut and hauled down for us. Or cut and harvested. Picked up all this up here. It's a huge grass field. This whole area, we got grass there, grass here. We got grass everywhere, so. Yeah. I haven't made haylage bales in forever. To do that, we should do this whole field sometime. That'd be kind of crazy. Need a bale trailer though if we're gonna do that. Something that hauls a few more, you know. But at the same time, those suck in multiplayer, so never mind. Those are really bad in multiplayer. But hopefully this truck will fill up the 2 fermenters, the dryers, whatever you want to call them. Wait, I ran them to the wrong place, didn't I? Oh, I did. I ran them to the chaff makers, didn't I? Yeah, those make chaff. That's the wrong place. I gotta run that course again. I want them to go through here, not over there. Those things over there make chaff or make silage. We need grass or hay. Sorry, my bad. My bad. What do you mean this map's different? Like since when? Or like, you mean with like the customization we've been doing? Is that what you're saying, Habit? Because if so, yeah, we've done a lot. Actually, we might pop in some more cow paddocks. We got 3. We've got enough TMR to support several more if we wanted to. So, I don't know. Not sure. Yeah, Habit, we've done a lot of customization to this map. Dunkley, they are off doing their stuff. They're off, you know, doing life events, you know, like just everybody has a life, you know, and my help always can't always be here during the days. They were in earlier. We had like 5 of us or 4 of us in the game earlier, but they've all had to go do their thing, you know. It's no big deal. I have courseplay. I'm not saying that replaces my friends, but it's courseplay, you know. Courseplay is pretty good once you get set up right. So, yeah. Rox was in here earlier. I think he said he had to go help a friend. Sarge usually takes a break around this time of day. I don't know if they do dinner or what he does, but he usually takes a break. Carson had to go do stuff. So, yeah. Wait. I didn't realize that was one group that owns all those. Wow. Wow, that's worth a ton of money. Out of Quebec. Interesting. Interesting. He just sent there, Doug. He sent me a wiki link. Look at that. Oh, but okay. Hang on, Doug. You're making me crash here, man. Oh, jeepers. Look at that. Look at that. Big, making me crash guy. Doc, you're good. You're good, man. I had no idea though that was one. Of course, I feel like that's just a thing in general. Like you don't realize how many like things are owned by one company. Like in the fast food world, we'll say. Look up Yum Brands. Yum Brands. They own everything. They own a lot anyway. Arby's owns a ton. Or the company that owns Arby's. They own a ton of stuff. It's crazy. You would never think that like a company would own all these different brands of, you know, fast food. But it's insane. It really is. Alright, so we're going to drive over these dump sites here. The theory is he'll fill these first. That's the theory anyway. He'll fill these first and then go to storage. So, yeah. And I might let this run like after I'm done today to get this all hauled down. You know. We'll just dump this one, load in storage for now. Yum. Mega conglomerate. Yes. Yes. Even in the car world, electronics, even like lawnmowers. Crazy. Some of those brands own so many different like other brands, you know, it's crazy. The tool world is one. Like, you know, your cordless drills and stuff. It's insane. There's whole YouTube videos dedicated to like who owns this and when did they buy them and all that stuff. It's insane. So fascinating. Everything is, yeah. Yes, it is, Doug. It's crazy though, man. It's crazy. All right. Gotta dodge everything here, you know. I want to crash again. Yeah. Yup. You know who owns Puma Plow? Just this guy. Nobody else. Nobody else. I haven't sold out yet. Not going to either. Don't worry, chat. Put that back to 20 and go. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. Oh, goodness. All right, so chat. It's 4:30, 4:34 right now. What am I making for dinner? That is the question. Trying to make some homemade pizza, but I don't have anything to put on it right now, so. Where's the trademark paperwork? I mean, true, Sean. Casey's is like 40 minutes away, though, Doug. Last night, I really wanted to order, like, our St. Louis, like, pizza. And, the place was closed for Memorial Day. Which is nice of them to do, but, like, I wanted my pizza, you know. So. Pepper, no stream tonight, my guy. Nope. I will be going to Sam's Club tonight, man. Real thrilling stuff, you know. Order today. I'm tempted. There is ground beef in my fridge, though, and I've always... Maybe I'll just make tacos, you know? I'm a big taco guy. You know? Big taco guy. Might just make that. Although I'm out of taco seasoning. Dang it. Chris, what's going on? Wait, yard mode and you bought a pressure washer. What? All right, Pepper. Awesome, man. Awesome. I probably should, Sean. You're right. You're not wrong, buddy. Oh, goodness. So we planted basically everything today. When I had my helpers in earlier, they're off doing their thing now. But we planted everything. And now I mess with the cows a little bit. I need to get them some water. I was trying to get this truck set up, and I think I've got him, so I can go work on some other stuff now. I wanted a truck, and I just tab past it. There we go. I gotta find a tank. Cows need some water. They need some water. There's our tank over there. So we'll grab that and give them some water. Give them a little drink, you know. So probably just going to mess with cows for the last bit here. Might set up a semi. I should probably do that too. Set up a semi and haul some grain as well. We'll do water first and then we'll work on that. So then probably going to fast time eventually for next time we play. The next time we're on, we'll be doing a harvest. Definitely a harvest. All right. Wondering when my air conditioner was going to spool up. Alrighty. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Alright, water takes forever again. Takes a minute. That's okay. That is okay. Yeah, they're kind of getting thirsty. They're still okay, and I definitely need definitely need to clean the cows up as well. But other than that, not bad. Not bad. We do have a lot of grain to sell. or that we could sell. We have a lot of different grain to sell. We have like everything. We have everything except for wheat, and we have wheat planted in our fields. So yeah. Yep. All right, how is this gonna? Which paddock is this? Wait, it's this one, right? That just changed. Yeah, okay. That's a lot of water. That's a whole lot of water. All right. Can we get that water pump on? Just keeps them full for us all the time? Or keeps them kind of full? Alright, let's find another truck. Another truck. That'll work. That'll do. Alright, and I want to find any of the places that, or any of the crop that go up north. Because that's just a better place to sell, honestly. We could do, let's see, nothing goes up there. Nothing goes up there. Oh my. These soybeans, they're only $7 more. Start with beans. And honestly, I don't really care about the price, to be real. It really doesn't affect us. We kind of have too much money the way it is. That's okay. Alright. Definitely been needing to haul grain for a while with all of that we have in storage. Alright, let's go. We don't actually need to take any grain with us, but it's one of those things you might as well. I really should take a full load and dump it and everything, but it's okay if I don't, you know? It does not matter. We'll set this up just for one truck, so we're not worried about crossing that center line, of course. And there again, I'll probably let this run after stream for a while. Just to try to sell a bunch of grain, you know? Because why not? And I could set this up for more than one truck. Actually, so far, I'm okay to do that. Not cross that center line yet, so maybe we'll have a couple trucks run for us. Just why not? Why not? Alright. Swing a little wide in the corner there, of course. And we're good. As long as on our way back we don't cross that center line, we'll be good. We will be good. I like that road right there, by the way. Goes up the side of the hill there. That goes up to where that grass bin is. But it's just faster to run across the field than come down the road with the truck, so you just do that instead. Yeah, I think tacos. I think that's the strat. As long as I have enough cheese. I know we were getting kind of low on cheese. There again, we need to go to Sam's, so either, well, actually, at the local place more than Sam's Club. I think tacos. Taco man. I want a tequila. Hey now. I don't think I've ever had tequila. Tequila. That song kind of ruined it, you know? In like, what was that movie? Sandlot? I kind of ruined it. I've never wanted to try tequila after that, you know? Tequila. Oh. Fire Shadow, you in for the tequila? Tequila. I kind of ruined it, you know. Just a little bit. But that's okay, I guess. Just never really been into alcohol, you know? Is that weird? Never really been interested. And anything I've actually tried, I don't like the taste of it, so. It's like, why, if I don't enjoy the taste, why am I drinking this, you know? Tequila hangovers are the worst. Alright, I'll take your word for it, Doug. Gotcha, fire. Gotcha, fire. But yeah, never really interested. There was a little bit of time there, but nothing too crazy ever happened. We drank a couple beers, that's about it, you know. Definitely didn't like taste of that. Never liked taste of that. Whiskey. All right. You had one bad experience with tequila, so you can't drink it. I feel like a lot of people are probably like that, right? They had a bad experience with something, then they're just done. Right? I feel like that's kind of a common thing. Tequila. Yeah. I don't even think I've ever had vodka, to be honest. I haven't had much alcohol-wise. Haven't had much. Now, give me some of that, this guy my dad used to know, he made homemade strawberry wine one time. From our strawberries that we used to have at the farm. Now, you talk about a good time. Okay. That was some good stuff. Let's try this one. There we go. Let's go. We need to haul soybeans. Go. Make sure this is going to work, by the way, before we get out of it. I don't think you earn channel points when you watch VODs. No, I don't think so. Strawberry moonshine? Oh boy. Do you guys want to see me curled up in the ball on the floor back there? Like... Gotcha, fire. I've never tried moonshine of any kind. Literally all I've like had is some beers, so that's pretty much it, you know. And that strawberry wine, but that was like one little cup. Fire water. That Russian fire water, right? Oh boy. Like John get drunk stream? Oh boy. I don't know about that. I got you there, Lord of Apes. I'm sorry. I don't think I can turn that on or anything. I'll look into it for you. I will, but I think channel points are only when people are live. I could be wrong. Drunk farming, jeez. Now, here's the thing though, Chad. I wouldn't get like drunk because that's just not a good look, you know? I've actually done a stream before where I got like kind of a little tipsy. Oh, you know, there is actually one thing that I actually like, and I'm probably ashamed to admit it, but it's like the Mike's Hard Lemonade. That stuff is delicious. I'm just saying. That stuff is great. But I feel like that's not like a manly drink, you know? But it's good. It's really good. So, I do like that. I do like that. I haven't had one of those in like 5 years. Got a fridge full? I'm coming over. No, we did do a stream a couple years ago. My buddy Casey and I. It was a Extra Life like donation goal thing. Like, you know, we hit a certain amount for Extra Life. I agreed to do it, and we tried playing like PUBG and something else, and we were drinking like beers the whole time, beers and some lemonades, and by the end of it, I wouldn't say like we were drunk, but we were definitely we were happy, you know. I've never been like drunk, you know. I've never blacked out. I've never had a hangover. I've never been that drunk in my life, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, hey, you enjoy your life the way you enjoy your life, you know. I'm not going to tell you not to do it as long as you don't, like, you know, go out and drive or anything. But it's just not for me. Not for me, you know. So, yeah. But it was funny. It's like we had a few bevs, you know, playing some video games, and then like we quit streaming and kept drinking some bevs and playing some games. Because like his computer was over here and everything. Like we were all in the same garage, or like the two of us were, and we had like a cooler behind us. It was great. And then like it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We're like, dude, we should order a pizza. And so we did. And then we just like opened the garage door, and like she came walking up to the house. We're just like, hey, you guys think I'm obnoxious now? Put a little alcohol in my system, boy, I'm like the party guy. I am the obnoxious, the loud drunk. I think I'm really funny when I'm drunk. You know, that's me with a little alcohol in the system, you know? That's totally me. I'm that drunk, you know? Yeah, I ordered a pizza at like 1 in the morning drunk. It was great. It was good pizza too. Yeah, it was fun. Good time. It was a good time, man. I'll tell you. But I don't know. There's some people that sit on stream and just pound beers the whole time, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's I don't know about that. More power to you. You do what you want to do, but like, it's not for me, you know? Not for me. All right, how are we with the cow water here? As long as they're in the green, I don't like that's good enough. You know, we'll finish this tank off and then work on the other two. Now we got semis running everywhere, huh? Got 3 Courseplay semis running, 2 on grain and 1 on grass. That one semi's grass fed. You know, he's built different. Just saying. All right. Fill that up. We'll look at this one. We'll look over here and see how this thing's doing. Wow, that holds a lot. Okay. And it's really noisy. Really noisy. All right. A&W. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing, Fire. I really don't. It's unfortunate too, because honestly you should. If you're watching and you know you're putting in the view, you should get channel points, you know. That's kind of weird that they don't have it set up that way. Because I know when we used to use the like through the bot, you can actually like turn on and off that. Earn points when you're offline. They make grass-fed beef burgers. I got you. That's something I have not had forever is A&W. And it's weird because like, okay, A&W when I was a kid, it was like the old school, like you walk in this building, you could like sit at the bar and like they had like almost like a bar you could sit at and eat. They had some little tiny booths by the windows you could sit at. It was tiny. It was really cool. It was like local family guy like owned it, you know, not like part of my family, but like a local family owned it. They had the car hops on like the roller skates, And like they had like that whole thing where you could park out back and like hit the button on the menu thing, and like they would be like, yo, what's up, what you want, and you tell them, and they'd bring it to you, like all that. The car hops, right? Starting to like age myself here, aren't I? But it was really cool. And then it went away, and now we have a new like modern A&W. It's garbage. Just saying. The man, have a good one. We will catch you later. Thanks for hanging out, sir, and have a good day at work tomorrow. Don't work too hard. Thanks for that follow, by the way. Appreciate you. Welcome on in. But like the A&W of yesteryear, they had like Coney Dog days. It was like every Tuesday. Their Coney Dogs were like cheap, and like it was just great back in the day. But it sucks now. It sucks now. Rox, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, Pepper. Hey, you guys are all heading out. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to be heading out here in a couple of minutes myself. I appreciate you guys being here, though. Catch you all on Thursday, yeah. Yeah, the old A&W was so awesome. The new one sucks. Like, the food's terrible. We never go. It's, like, in town, not that far. Like, and it sucks. It's kind of unfortunate, too, because... yeah, the old one was so great. But, like, it was, like, I don't know, my dad knew the owner. It was just, like, a cool place to go, like, hang out, kind of. You know? Like, way back in the day. And it would probably still be there if he could have found somebody to, like, buy it. Or whatever. But, A, he wanted too much money, and it was in a part of town that's kind of, like... there's no retail that makes it in that part of town anymore. Kind of like a little dead zone in town, you know. It's just not a good place for business anymore. In town here. So yeah, but it was awesome, man. It was awesome. It was great. Like the coldest root beer too. By the gallon. That was a treat when we were kids, by the way. Dad would go work on the farm with Grandpa, because Grandpa quit farming in 95/96, had auction in 96, summer 96. So his last harvest was like 95. And Dad would go, you know, work on the farm, and he would stay late doing like mowing stalks or working ground or whatever, you know, or whatever. And Dad would stop at A&W on the way home and bring us like a gallon of root beer. So he'd bring all of us kids sugar when we're trying to go to bed, you know. But it was great. That was like a treat. So. I forgot you're on your drinks twice in one day. How do they do that? That's... yeah, that was like a treat when we were kids. It was so great. Bring home a gallon of root beer for all of us kids, and I mean, there were 9 of us in the house there for a few years. Before Lord moved out, he was the first one. So yeah, but he would bring that home. That was quite a treat. But he'd be out like, you know, a lot of times he would go down because like my grandpa didn't. Let's be real. It was like 4 o'clock. He was done working, you know, when he got in his older years there. And so Dad would go out after work and like go mow stalks all night, or go mow stalks till 10 o'clock, or work ground till 10 o'clock, or whatever, and then come home. And then he'd get up and go run his own business and go back to the farm at night. It was, yeah, it was great. But he did that for years. Did that for years. When they were farming kind of together still. Grandpa was the farmer. Dad helped him out as much as possible. So, yeah. That was a good treat. Actually, I think I'm going to make tacos and maybe tater casserole if I have the stuff for that. Because tater casserole sounds good. And tacos always sound good. It's kind of a weird combination. But I think that's what's for dinner. Not sure if I have everything. I'm so low on like groceries right now. Yeah. So low on groceries right now. So here lately, I've actually been doing like tacos, and then making like tater tots or like hash browns or something and putting them in my taco, in the tacos. They're so good. But I kind of want a casserole, tater casserole, hot dish, whatever you want to call it, and and tacos. Kind of want both. I might just make both. Just saying. So yeah. Aaron, my day's going. How's your day? Pretty good day. We got a lot done on the farm. We got everything planted. Pretty good day. Like I said, I don't know if I have groceries to make both, though. I don't know if I have groceries to make both. That's why we're going to Sam's Club tonight. I really need groceries. Like, over the holiday weekend, we didn't cook one time here at the house. Not once. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we ate out, like, the whole time. So I definitely need to make dinner tonight, not, like, order something. Yeah. It's just, we were just talking about this, Sean. I think I'm going to do tacos and tater casserole. I think that's the strat, which I need to go make it, like, right here in a second. So. Yay, last day of school, looking like a fool on your last day of school. Awesome, man. Fish fillets and tater tots. Nice, Sean. Not a big fish guy. My family would probably like it if I would make fish once in a while, but I don't want anything to do with it. So, Mom used to like fish. I cannot stand fish. Never have been able to. No, thank you. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Oh, it's not real fish? Oh. Alright. Brats on the charcoal grill. Look at you, Rox. Get in there. Hello there. How's it going? Hello there. What's up? Thanks for the host. Welcome on in. How's it going? Welcome on in, guys. Alrighty. It might still be real fish on. At one time it was a real fish. Processed fish, you know? Oh, I got your ox. It used to be that way for me. When we don't actually have a barbecue anymore here at the house. We used to. But it rusted out, so we got rid of it. I'm doing, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. We are actually nearing the end of the stream. Just saying. Here momentarily. Grill master. Nice. Nice, nice. I grilled a lot when I was younger. We used to, at one time, way back in the day, it was charcoal. Then we went to propane, and then a different propane. And then we had that thing for a long time, and it finally, it got so bad. It's like, well, we're eating chunks of metal every time I grill, so let's just get rid of it. We did. And, yeah, I haven't grilled in a while. That'd be pretty cool, Ross. That'd be pretty cool. Holy cow. All Americans, it went to a scrapyard. That's where it went. It went to a scrapyard. I don't know. We didn't like shoot it or blow it up. No, if that's what you're asking. Now, a freezer that we used to have when I was a kid, that got an American send-off. We took that thing to the farm and shot at it for like 3 years. Just saying. That thing got shot at a lot. It was Swiss cheese by the time we were done. Yeah, that thing was great. We absolutely destroyed that. That was back. Yeah, we'll just say we shot at it a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. I can tell you like what with, but a lot. A whole lot. Yeah, that was fun. I don't really do much shooting anymore. Used to do a lot, but don't really do much anymore. Not really into that. I don't mind them, don't get me wrong. Just not really into it. Oh yeah. Rocks, I have definitely done that to pumpkins, yes. Yeah. I have definitely blown some up over the years through various methods. Not going to elaborate. My favorite thing probably to do with pumpkins that don't get picked is actually, honestly, just smash them with the tractor. That's probably my favorite thing to do with them. And I know that might sound lame, but there's something really fun about it. And the sound they make, oh, it's like you could ASMR it, you know? You could ASMR pumpkins being smashed. Sounds so great. A pumpkin howitzer? No. Gosh, you're not supposed to publicize that. No, Rice, don't do that. There might be another YouTube channel out there I put some content on way back in the day. May have blown up a couple of pumpkins, you know. It happens. It happens. I've actually always wanted to either get a pumpkin cannon or like a trebuchet or something. I've always wanted to do that. Because I think it'd be fun, like when we have our pumpkin party and we have like, you know, 100. Well, that one year we had like 130 people come to the farm. Like, how much fun would it be to like shoot them out in the field, you know? No, farmers wouldn't care because like all the fields are cleaned up by then, so they wouldn't care. And we know them; they wouldn't bother them at all. It'd be so much fun though. I mean, if you did like the air cannon, that'd be lit too. That would be lit. All right, boys, this has been my last load of water. They're all going to be full. I wasn't going to fill them up, but hey, why not? Why not? Yeah. Yeah, true. Occasionally there is late beans in the wheat field, but we'd just shoot to the other fields. They do. Be great drone footage too. Like if you could get close enough without like getting hit, be fantastic drone footage. Just saying. It'd be way cool. I had my drone out yesterday, by the way. Did a little bit of low flying. Like, I think I didn't get 20 feet off the ground. Like, the whole time I was flying. I don't think I was more than 20 feet off the ground. Yeah, the whole time. It was pretty great. Super low flying yesterday. Filming something. You might see it soon. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not promising nothing. But I did film something. Nothing too crazy. No secrets. But I'm just not going to tell you what it was. It might have been rusty. That's all I'm going to say. Might have been rusty. But yeah. Maybe a video soon. Maybe not. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. All right. Water full yet? Water's full. Look at us. We filled the water. Let's go. Let's go. Has that literally been 10 years, Rox? Man. Where'd time go, man? Where did time go? That's crazy. I haven't watched those videos in probably like 5 years. The phone call from my father. He's on his way home already, so I need to go make some dinner. Because that's the, hey, get dinner going phone call. Because I prefer that he calls me, you know? Because if he's going to be late, what's the point in A, stopping my stream, and B, making dinner? Especially if I'm not like hungry, which I'm kind of hungry right now, but you know, I'll wait a little bit so it's fresh when he gets home, you know? Same. Yeah, they were really lame. I might go like privatize a bunch of those videos, Rocks, to be honest. They're really dumb videos. But yeah. I might get rid of that channel altogether. I don't know. We'll see. Those of you watching over on YouTube, have a great rest of your day, and as always, toodles.